Edo, Indonesia has about half of the world's species in marine life in its seas. Why is that?
Well, good question. There is a lot of theories that why is the coral triangle is exactly here and why is made like that. I don't know which one to believe because there is like millions of speculations, and they say, but the one I believe is because this is the area that is more volcanic. So at the time that we had the ice age and the whole world got like frozen, so it could be that at the very bottom of the sea there was still some not frozen water, and on all those larvae they could like keep alive. And then when everything become normal again, so these larvae, they were starting from here, and then through the currents and everything, it was spreading from the rest of the world.
All over the globe, you've been diving, and you've chosen Indonesia to be your working space. Why? Why here?
Because I would say that it's one of the best dive destinations that you have in the world. I mean, all of us, we know that if you go to another places, like Maldives, you're gonna see mantas. If you go to Bahamas, you will see sharks. But this is like very single things that you can see. There is not like the amount of things that you can see here. In here, my interest is not to see a shark. My interest is not to see a manta. Obviously, it's nice to see it. But the amount of creatures that you can see in here, the amount of corals that you can see in here, you cannot see it in another part of the world.
So after all these days aboard the Ilike, it's nice to set foot on land for a change. And we're going on a special trip to see one of the most traditional tribes of the Alor Island. And I've been told they can be quite intimidating. Ahmad, we just met the Abui. Tell me
Abui.
about this tribe.
Yeah, Abui is one of the large tribe in Alor. It's one of the bigger tribe in Alor. When you see them, it's similar like New Guinea, Papuanese, even Caledonian. Maybe they came from Melanesian.
Well, I can see they've dressed up for us today. They're dressed up in their warrior clothing.
Yeah.
They're headhunters. Is that what they do?
It was before,
Yeah.
not now.
Not
It was
anymore.
Before, like 150 years ago.
So what they did was they chopped off the heads
Yeah.
from their
Yeah,
opponents.
kill each other here before
And then they would hang the heads in the
Of
village.
course, it's like that.
Look at these arrows, they're amazing. I mean, these were built just to cause a lot of damage to the victim.
Right.
What would they hunt?
Pig, black pig, deer, even buck.
Okay.
And normally this is with the poison,
Yes.
and it can hit you. You must be cut your hand, even your feet. Otherwise, you have poison and kill people.
So they put the poison in the little baskets? Is that it? Where do they put the poison?
At the end of
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, just here.
Wow. This is, if you get this in your arm or leg, it's devastating. You're gonna have to amputate it and everything. And what's this?
This is we call kasinay coba.
A dagger.
Yeah, dagger, or it's called klewang. It's one of the knife where they was headhunting. They use this for kill each other. Normally, if they kill one person, they have like a sign here. This is it was kill maybe how many people? Berapa orang yang di?
Ini sudah 30.
This weapon was actually
30
used
people,
to kill people.
30 people was died.
Oh, you can actually count them
but-
here.
Yeah, they count from here. 30 people was died by this knife. Unbelievable.
Okay. That's nice.
But it was long time ago, not this morning.
Oh, yes, not this morning, I can imagine. Thank you, Ahmad. Well, on the one hand, you could say, like, this is not really authentic because they dressed up just for us right now. On the other hand, you could say that it would be a pity if we weren't here to be able to see this today,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Terima kasih banyak.
Terima kasih banyak. Terima kasih banyak. So usually when guests come to the village here, they offer this ritual just to welcome their guests. Am I supposed to chew this?
Yeah,
chew it.
choose
Chew it.
first with the pinang, with the lime and seed it together to getting red lip. So you more handsome and maybe 5-10 years younger than before to eat this bitter nut.
This is terribly bitter.
Put more than.
Ugh, it's so bitter.
more.
So what they do now is you put in this bean-like stuff and put it in the lime, which came from the coral, and then you have to eat it as well. I'm not sure I'm really fond of this, honestly. And if the bitterness wasn't enough, this is even more bitter right now. More lime?
Tambah
More
kapur,
lime.
tambah kapur. More lime, tambah kapur.
I have to say that this little pot here with the white powder makes me think of this movie called Scarface or something. This is-
Very good.
Yeah, really
you look
good.
very handsome because you have red lip like a beautiful woman,
we
Madonna.
go.
Our Madonna.
Yeah, now we're friends, you
Yeah,
know.
friends,
This is the
friends.
ritual we do when we meet each other.
Yeah.
Once I was in eastern Indonesian Papua, and I was in a trip, and we had very bad weather during a lot of days, and finally we found a bay, and at the moment that I was going down, I saw that they were having like wooden houses, and on the wooden houses they were having like these plastic bags with Nemos inside. So normally when you go to this kind of village, you try to give them like some compensation, some help, yeah? They call it a donation. So then you talk to the head of the village and then you give them like a little bit of money so they can do like some stuff with that money. But that day I said, okay, I'm gonna give them this compensation, but my compensation would be that I will take all those Nemos. I brought them into the boat, I went down, then I released them all.
You release them all. Does it break your heart to see
Yes,
what
of
happens?
course. This
But
is-
in the same time, you can imagine these people are trying to gain some money.
Yes, of course. But the problem is that maybe 90% of this fish is gonna die. First of all, we do this job because our heart is not about salary or about, oh, cool. No, you do it because you like the sea, because you like to show people all the knowledge that you have underwater, all what you know about the marine life, all what you know about everything. So definitely when we go down and we see like maybe a turtle that is trapped in a net, or we saw plastic in the water, whatever we see, basically we will act without even thinking about it. It's part of our job.
Indonesia is one of the most polluted countries in terms of plastics, apparently. Is there a sort of mind switch going on with the people and the government as well?
Starting.
Starting.
It's starting from like maybe 1-2 years, but the problem is that the people that is in the city normally is like close to the sea, and these people, oh yes, they will know like, oh, I'm starting to get a little bit better with no plastic, but at the end of the day, if you go to a supermarket, everything you can buy is on plastic. So the change of the mind, it needs to be from us, but it needs to be also from the big factories. It needs to be also from the big companies, that they are selling stuff, that they are selling whatever it is. Always is in blisters, in plastic blisters, is plastic. So even if we want to make a change, sometimes we are limited because you have no other choice.
No.
So it needs to be changed from a higher level because
Industry
slowly,
wise.
exactly, industry-wise, because slowly we are getting like more conscious about it, but there is a limit. We cannot do more.